Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the panel. Thank you both for being here today. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for the shout out on the Transport Jobs Act. We're hopeful that that will help kind of bridge the gap between members leaving military service and finding employment in critical sectors of the economy where we certainly have a shortage taking place. And you know, this really struck a chord with me recently as we saw the tragic case out in California where an illegal CDL operator, illegal immigrant in the country, performed an illegal maneuver, led to, you know, to the fatalities of Americans that were here. And to me, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, why are we operating a system where it is benefiting people operating illegally when we could be employing veterans who have trained and are qualified in these ways, but may not have the appropriate civilian licensing that's necessary? They've driven trucks, they've done supply chain jobs in their military capacity, but then they don't have the reciprocity with civilian licensing to get that appropriate job and opportunity back home. One of the original reasons, the very first reason I was motivated to run for office a decade ago, I came home from the Army and I saw that a whole host of my battle buddies that I had served with were really struggling to find opportunities in Michigan at the time. And we were leading the country. We were the second overall state in the nation for veteran unemployment rate. This is back in, you know, the mid-2000, 2015 timeframe. And Michigan was coming out of this great recession at the time, and we were hit predominantly hard in that effect. And veterans always seem to suffer the worst brunt of economic downturns. And having a robust ability for transitioning veterans to come home is really important because I think it really provides that stability, that purpose, and that fundamental dignity that comes with being someone who is transitioning back home and finding that next mission in life. So the work that we do on this committee is really important in that effort to really establish a framework for how we're going to welcome people back home and provide them that self-sufficient dignity that they deserve. I had a few questions for you about some of the shifts that we've seen within the economy away from maybe some of the traditional four-year degree programs and into other skilled trade or other skilled professions and things like that. And I'm curious if you can give us any insight why we've still seen an overwhelming preponderance of people going into the traditional four-year degree fields and less inclined to go into the trade opportunities that may be a better fit for them based on their skills that they've acquired in the military.
Thank you for the question, sir. And I wish I had a good answer for you. But honestly, we do not have a survey mechanism to ask veterans why they choose the path that they choose. That would certainly be, you know, something that we.
Do you think it has anything to do with the reimbursement rates and what they can qualify for under a four-year program versus a trade opportunity, the apprenticeship programs, and some of the just I guess reimbursement and other value ability of some of these programs that are available to them?
It could be. There are a number of instances where if you look at a four-year, you know, what we pay for a four-year college degree, the total package value would be much higher than for a non-college degree or an apprenticeship program.
Okay. And then I know I actually was in Michigan a few weeks ago in my district and met with the man who runs this group, Workshops for Warriors. I think he's actually testified in front of this subcommittee last Congress. And he told me that there is a cap. He runs a trade program, a skilled trade apprenticeship type program that gives certification to veterans, things like that. I think he told me there's a cap for an institution of how many of their students can receive GI Bill and other veteran benefits. Is that true, that there's a limitation there for institutions?
There is a statutory requirement for 85%. It's an 85-15 rule, up to 85% supportable through government programs.
Is there a waiver available for that, or would that need to be provided in law?
Yes, and I'm sorry, I said that backwards. 85% non-funded, 15% funded. We can give a waiver to allow someone to exceed 35% as well. So that waiver opportunity is available.
Thank you. Appreciate it. With that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back with 10 seconds to go.